So Nina Turner, of course, lost her race to Chantel Brown, and the reason is very clear. We don't have to guess. It's right in front of our eyes. What happened is a bunch of big corporate donors came in the last month or two in the final stretch of the race, and they pumped millions of dollars into it, and Nina faced an onslaught of criticism. There were relentless TV ads against her, quoting her out of context about the bowl of shit comment in regards to Biden. There were billboards. Jordan Chariton's on the ground. He said there were billboards all over the place, quoting the bowl of shit comment. But again, it was out of context. It didn't tell you the whole context. So it made it seem like Nina Turner is just flat out anti-Democrat from even like a pro-Republican position. That's why it's massively misleading. They don't explain how Nina is critical from the left. Nina is critical from a more anti-establishment position. Nina's comment on Biden was, yeah, voting for Biden's like eating half a bowl of shit. Voting for Trump is like eating a full bowl of shit. So would I rather have half a bowl than full bowl? Of course, but how about we don't have a bowl of shit? So if anything, she is making a case for a lesser evil argument. Well, guess what? For partisan tribal hacks, that's not enough. And it's enough ammunition for an opponent to take it out of context and smear and mislead people, and that's exactly what happened. So she lost because at the very end, a bunch of corporate money came in. It was well-timed. They did relentless lies and a relentless smear campaign. And in the final stretch of the campaign, it worked. It worked. So that's exactly why Nina Turner lost. Well, guess what? In her concession speech and in some interviews afterwards, here's one of the things that she said, quote, "I'm going to work hard to ensure that something like this doesn't happen to another progressive candidate again. We didn't lose this race. Evil money manipulated and maligned this election." Now, in another interview, she said something along the lines of, "We only lost this race because of dark money. If dark money doesn't come in at the end, then we win." That is not even close to controversial. In fact, that's obviously correct. She had a fucking 30 or 40 point lead 2 months ago. So they threw everything at Nina Turner in those final 2 months. Everything. Hillary Clinton jumped in. Jim Clyburn jumped in. Republican donors like Robert Kraft were donating to Chantel Brown. Billionaires came in and donated to Chantel Brown. But most importantly, Third Way came in and dumped like $500,000. Third Way is the corporate Democrat group. $500,000 for Chantel Brown. And then you had DMFI, this pro-Israeli PAC, give over, I think it was $1.8 million to Chantel Brown to defeat Nina Turner. And that's the source of most of these negative ads. So guess what? When Nina Turner says, and I'll quote it again, "I'm going to work hard to ensure that something like this doesn't happen to another progressive candidate again. We didn't lose this race. Evil money manipulated and maligned this election." You know what happened? A bunch of idiots and smear merchants and liars are coming out of the woodworks now. And they're saying, Nina Turner just made an anti-Semitic comment. An anti-Semitic comment. The ADL says, "We are extremely troubled by Nina Turner's comments. Intentional or not, they echo long-standing anti-Semitic tropes. Our local office is reaching out to her to discuss." You sons of bitches. You fucking liars. You had to add insult to injury. You couldn't just do the injury. You couldn't just pump corporate cash out the wazoo into the election at the end and effectively steal it. Couldn't just do that. You had to also insult Nina and call her anti-Semitic, call her bigoted and xenophobic for pointing out that big money swung this election because big money swung this election. Now, she called it dark money because a lot of it was dark money. She called it evil money because it is nefarious and it is evil to swoop in on behalf of corporate interests and buy the election so that you have a candidate who's going to be corrupt and be legally bribed and represent the interests of those corporations and those billionaires. It is evil. It is dark money. This is terrible. At no point did she say anything about Jewish money. At no point did she echo an actual anti-Semitic trope. She's pointing out a fact. By the way, even if she said Israeli PAC money, that still wouldn't be anti-Semitic because it is Israeli PAC money that came in at the end, and it was over $1.8 million worth. It was the largest amount came from DMFI. which is the pro-Israeli, anti-Palestinian PAC. So even if she said, at the last minute, Israeli PAC money came in and defeated us, that would still be factual. Now, all she said was evil money and dark money, and that was interpreted as, you must be talking about the Jews and you must hate all the Jews. What? What are you saying? It's obvious bullshit. Obviously not true. You're obviously lying. Imagine what they would have said if she said Israeli PAC money, which still would have been factual. And by the way, why would the ADL and anybody on the right and any corporate Democrats like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, by the way, who came in on this criticism, why would they think that to say evil money and dark money necessarily means Jewish? Doesn't seem like Nina's the anti-Semitic one. Seems like you guys are. Because why would you read evil money and dark money as Jewish? When Nina, I'm sure, is not just referring to the DMFI money. I'm sure she's also referring to the money from Robert Kraft and the money from other Republican billionaire donors who gave to Chantel Brown. And the money from Third Way. I'm sure when she says evil money and dark money, even though DMFI was the most of it, I'm sure she's referring to all of it. But you guys heard Jew when it said evil and dark. Maybe you're the anti-Semitic ones. This is fucking infuriating. They come in at the end, they effectively steal the election by buying it with well-timed lie ads, and then they add insult to injury and say, oh, because of your comments, which were factual, we're going to go ahead and call you anti-Semitic. We've reached out to your office. Reached out to the office? Take that phone call and shove it right up your lying ass. Reached out to the office. Yeah, here, I got a message for you. Fuck you. God damn it, I hate these fucking people. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. She's very clearly decrying all the corporate cash from the Trump donors, from the billionaires, from Third Way, from DMFI, and she's right, and you know she's right. And these false cries of bigotry are the saddest things I've ever heard, and it undermines real bigotry, but that's obvious.